Doja Cat is a singer slash rapper who first became popular with her song, meme type song known as Mood, I think it was called. And ever since then, she's been really popular. A lot of people have been liking her because of her relatability, which is going to play a part later on. The reason it's going to play a part is because she decided to quit music, and now I'm going to explain why. So it all started off with this tweet where she said, "There was a storm in Paraguay. The show got canceled. When I left the next morning, there wasn't one person outside the hotel waiting for me." Let that sink in. Not even one, she said in another tweet. Now, the people of Paraguay weren't too happy about this. Not a single photo, a single Instagram story. You made us empty. This is coming from Sophie Zapati, right? And there was a lot of tweets like this underneath that tweet. In fact, a lot of them were in Spanish, and I Twitter should really add like a feature where you can translate all of the tweets into English. It would just make things a lot easier. At Doja Cat, why were you so unfair to your Paraguayan friends? Remember, your fans are the only ones who stream your music and support you. I'm truly disappointed by your behavior. This is a weird thing to me. Just because like you stream somebody's music doesn't mean that like they owe you anything really, and to act like they do is like really weird to me. Like I understand like you wanting to. Now, what this person is talking about is apparently this tweet from Bia9E. She said, "We spent a whole day in front of the hotel in the rain, and you never came out or said a word, and you think we would go again the next day? Lol. I regret spending all the time I did getting ready for that day. I've been busting myself every day to put on for you, but God bless." So I don't know the whole like stand out in front of people's hotels. Like at best she's just gonna like come out and wave at you for a couple of minutes and then like go back inside. I I would never do that. And honestly, if you're a big enough fan to be finding out where this girl's hotel room is, which is already weird enough in and of itself because she's going on tour and that's already stressful enough on somebody, and then you look out your window. Imagine you right now looked out your window and there were hundreds of people out there trying to talk to you. You wouldn't like that, right? So obviously she's not gonna like that, and also she was doing something else at the time. It was weird. I don't know. Feels like it's a lot of overreaction from both sides, right? So, also somebody said she also did dirty Argentinian friends. Not only one picture with them. She's losing us. Clearly, she wants that. Bye, Doja. You were my idol. Shouldn't idolize people. But yeah, this isn't really a good sign for Doja that like people from other countries are even saying like, "Hey, we hate you," X, Y, Z. So another thread that came out of this situation, there was a response to the Sophie Zapati tweet I read earlier. It was deleted, but there was one underneath it that said, "It's too late to apologize. Public enemy number one," with what I'm assuming is the Paraguayan flag behind a picture of Doja Cat. Now, I think this is one of, if not the most ridiculous things to come out of this whole thing. I don't know why, what she was thinking here in terms of like what that was gonna mean. Like, did she think she was like taking this big stand? I don't know. She didn't even really do anything that bad. She just honestly just tweeted out some meanie words and didn't come out of her hotel because she was preparing herself. But then Doja made it worse by saying, "I'm not sorry." And rarely do you see somebody say, "I'm not sorry," and like they come out looking good from the situation. Alright. So she got quoted by Roberto Rojas, and he said, "Doja, you're not going to win this fight against the Paraguayans." Yeah, she shouldn't have engaged with this at all. At best, she should have like put out one tweet, or she shouldn't have tweeted out that thing to begin with, because I don't know what she thought that reaction was going to be. So she replied to Roberto and said, "I moved on. I'm just going to let everybody be mad." I doubt that she wasn't mad about it herself. She didn't move on, and we're going to see that in a couple tweets. And Payne Given replied to Doja and said, "It's kind of sad though, because if you've handled this situation like this, I can imagine this happening again and again with other countries," which apparently, according to that tweet with the Ariana Grande profile picture, it's happened already in Argentina. Don't know why it wasn't as big of a story then, but moving on. Not taking pictures again with anybody else after this tour. I don't know why she would announce that. I get the motivation behind it, just like, hey, I'm not gonna take pictures with anybody. Nobody come and ask me, blah blah blah. Somebody replied to her, "Doja, about 4 years ago, you started to achieve fame, and all thanks to TikTok. What happened to your humility, queen? I loved you." Now, I don't understand what that humility has to do with it. When I first read it, I was thinking maybe like, harkening back to like the first tweet where she talked about nobody was out in front of the hotel. Which is weird that literally nobody was out there, not even like paparazzi or anything. But anyway, moving on to the tweet that Doja used to announce her official retirement. "It's gone and I don't care anymore. I quit. I just can't wait to disappear, and I don't need you to believe in me anymore. Everything is dead to me. Music is dead, and I'm a fool for ever thinking I was made for this. This is a nightmare. Unfollow me." Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of responses to Doja's tweets that aren't very nice, and I'm sure she's getting threats, but I'm not reading through all every reply. And I'm sure she's getting threats and DMs, and people have been talking bad about her all over, which on a certain level she deserves. She was a bit rude, but at the same time, like, you can't just be like that aggressive and that hard in the paint. I feel like both sides overreacted, and when two people are wrong and they're being prideful and they don't want to admit they're wrong, it's just never good, right? As for Doja Cat, I really doubt that she's going to stay retired. I don't think that she would stay retired. It would just be like the biggest bag fumble ever. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Also, I want to address something else that goes into that humility tweet that I brought up earlier. So apparently, Doja Cat told a waitress to not look at her, quote unquote, not look her in the eyes, which is really weird to me. It feels like that's like almost a stock allegation that comes against a bunch of female celebrities that people don't like. I remember seeing a Reddit post about Jennifer Lopez, where she said that, or where they said that they weren't allowed to look her in the eyes. Same thing with Mariah Carey, and then that whole Ellen stuff where interns said they weren't allowed to look her in her eyes. Feels like it's just an allegation that just gets thrown out there willy-nilly. I've never seen like anybody been like, yeah, I didn't like people looking me in the eyes. It just gave me the heebie-jeebies. But yeah, that pretty much wraps everything up. I hope both of sides apologize to each other and just move on from this. It's the best idea for both of them. But until tomorrow, I'm out. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.